The content you're about to enjoy comes from the archives of The Best You. We're devoted to the very best in personal development, with a platform and resources dedicated to inspiring and changing people's lives. At The Best You, we work with the world's leading writers and trainers on the evolution of the self, and people whose journeys have been affected by their work and words. These Best You EXPO talks are recorded in front of a live audience in a live event. We highly recommend that you focus on the message. As they say, what you focus on expands. Enjoy. Victoria Grech. The title of her talk is Learn How to Create Professional Marketing Videos Using Your Smartphone. Victoria's been involved in one of the programs we produce called Turning Pro. She has a phenomenal platform. She's created essential and fundamental and great tools for people to learn how to market themselves through videos. Video is the most powerful marketing tool we have. And in this engaging workshop, expert Victoria will share storytelling and performance tips so that you can create killer videos that drive more traffic, engage your audience, and increase sales. Enjoy.
Okay, quick introduction to me. Around 15 years ago, I was working for an investment bank on the trade floor, so this isn't what I did, when I just booked a safari holiday to Africa. And I was going out the door, as I did, to buy my another handbag at the time, when one of the guys on the trade floor said to me, "You need a DSLR camera." I was like, "A what?" And if you remember, I'm showing my age now, the point and shoot things, I was like, "Yeah, I got one of these." It's like, "No, that's not going to work." Needless to say, I bought this quite expensive camera at the time. I could have got a handbag for that. And the first photograph I took on safari, something happened to me. And it was a cheetah on an anthill, and I didn't know what it was. I was missing the creativity of my trading job. I then bribed a waiter to show me Africa. I was like, yes, this compound's lovely, but I'm sure people don't live like this in Africa. So he took me to a local village and a local school, and that's when I called my heart broke. How can people live like this? And I'm making all this money at home, and for the price of my magazine that I buy or my coffee every day, I could feed these people. So I decided to quit my job, and I wanted to make an impact. I didn't quite know how. So I walked back into work, and I'm going to be a photographer and start my own business. Needless to say, even my friends, family were like, what is she going to do? And actually, Dad is here in the background the first time he's seen me speak. So everyone knows. Yeah, you didn't think it was a good move. And I spent the next 12 months photographing everything. My turnover was amazing when I sat down with my accountant. But guess what? My bottom line was minus, a big minus. I felt like slitting my wrists. So the left side of my brain, I switched off and just went into shiny stuff. Needless to say, I learned the hard way. Little over the next year, someone, and I was just at a conference like this, showed me DSLR video. And I was like, light bulb moment. Oh my gosh, I can tell stories now with audio and visual. It wasn't so easy to learn because no one at the time, 15 years ago, was teaching video on DSLR. The photographers in my industry and my peers told me not to do it, that I was a photographer. I was like, I want to be a creative. I want to paint, I want to draw, I want to do whatever it is to tell my stories. I spectacularly screwed up so bad that I found out how to do it right. Little under a year of seeing this YouTube clip, I was then teaching at Pinewood Film Studios, filmmakers, to being on a show with 150,000 people in the US with the likes of Richard Branson, Tim Ferriss, Gary Vaynerchuk, these people that I'm like aspiring to be. And I'm not saying this to impress you, I'm saying this to impress upon you. Those of you that are maybe still in that cubicle, if I can do it, you guys can do it. So I'm just going to play a short video and then we're going to get into trading.
Truly want to thank one of the most bravest people that have ever darkened the doors of Creative Live for that last segment, coming in and showing you what her spirit and her work that she just pulled out with 2 kids and the dog to Victoria. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Victoria came to the table and she brought us some amazing education. We learned about video fusion from start to finish. We learned about her equipment. We talked about, so many things, the way you guys out there can approach this content, and it was truly amazing.
Victoria was a very good tutor. She really took us through our paces. She made us think quickly, and I think that's probably one of the keys to video work.
The tuition today's been really great. Victoria's been really good and really thorough.
Posing is brilliant, just to be able to not just pose people, but to pose objects. And Victoria, I have to say, is the most amazing teacher. She's so down to earth, she's so energetic, she makes you feel really welcome instantly.
It was a lot of fun. I think Victoria's so passionate and enthusiastic. We were able to ask questions as we went along, and she's really approachable. I was still only using an iPhone, but I feel that I want to now go and get a proper camera, but I also feel that even just with basic equipment, I can use that a lot better.
Being able to listen to the technical side of things and then actually straight away put it into play.
She's really given a lot of time to everyone to share some of her secrets and to make it a really, really enjoyable and beneficial course.
I really brought my iPhone with me and I was able to actually capture some amazing images.
Managed to get 16 remote dogs to run a camera, and the problem was adults behind them. Never mind. But they said don't work with adults, work with kids and animals instead. They're much more reliable.
Dear Victoria, I love your class and your business heart. You gave yourself from artist to business coach to financial consultant. Your work is amazing. Your storytelling is profound. Your heart is priceless. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I have loved every minute of it. You are constantly pushing the envelope in your photography and video styles while staying true to yourself. I can't wait to see what you do next.
Okay, so what's stopping you actually filming? Shout out for me. Time. Yeah, great. Do people even care about what I've got to say? Yeah, professional. As a brand, you've built, your websites probably look amazing. Your logos are professional, yet you don't want to put what I call a homemade YouTube video on that site or that brand and bring it down. Some of the other things, cost of equipment. So please don't take an offense because I'm still in your side too. The likes of these lovely men that do this, and I have a production company myself, it's not cheap. And when you need to vlog, maybe, and do several videos, it's actually too costly to hire them all the time. Costing them in to do your About Us video and having a plush video, but you're going to have to learn to do some of this yourself to keep putting the content out. Me, fear being in front of the camera. I'm just like, I'm good behind the camera. And no knowledge of audio, editing, it all seems really techie. So, when I'm suggesting you to use a smartphone, how good is a smartphone? So those of you that have got the Androids or Apples, and we could really split the room now, by the way, I'm going to show you a short behind-the-scenes video clip of the Bentley ad. So the new Bentley's got two iPads in the back of them, and Bentley wanted to utilize that technology. So they used iPhone S's, and they edited the footage in the back of the Bentley. So here's a little look.
I'm Austin Reza, Creative Director at Reza & Company. With the relaunch of the updated Mulsanne, Bentley Motors wanted to engage potential owners and promote its new feature, 2 rear cabin workstations with integrated iPads. After brainstorming with Bentley, we decided that we didn't only want to talk about the integrated technology within the Mulsanne, we wanted to use the technology to create the film. This decision led us to shoot on the iPhone 5S and assemble the edit on the same iPads in the back of the Mulsanne.
Play the full thing for you, but yes, it's good enough for Bentley, it's good enough for us. However, let me just point out, some of the equipment they had around that iPhone cost more than those cameras over there. So I'm like, yeah, cool. Then you can produce great stuff, but you need a £5,000 rig. No, thank you. So how good is it if you just hold it and film? And I'm not suggesting you always do that because it's going to be shaky. I was teaching a workshop in South Africa, and I was working on a charity project with one of my partners out there, and I decided to donate 100% of the workshop profits to actually change this village. There was a village in Joburg that we found that is living on a rubbish dump, but it's very entrepreneurial, so they're quite a pride family in the elders. I hadn't met the elders, I hadn't met the NGOs. I was being interviewed on the radio station on that morning, and I said to Mark, my fiancé, we need to film this. We need to do something impacting for this village then and there. So I decided to use live video. How many of you are using live video? Okay, great. There's some biggies. Some of the biggest marketers in the world have really messed up their live video stuff. So definitely niche it before you go live. So we knew he was going to donate some money, and there's an old man that you're seeing here, and we managed to change his life because he was very sick and elderly and didn't have anywhere to live, and we bought him a home. Including that, I knew I wanted to do a live stream and put it in the hands of someone and get them to ask for what they need. And I only did this from my personal Facebook page, and we managed to get so much stuff for the school. But what I want to show you here is I'm doing the 4-part formula that I said in my head. I'm storyboarding it before I get there, even though I don't know what I'm going to film. So the audio that you hear from here is just with no microphone, so it's pretty bad. But the main audio is from the website, from the radio show. So take a look. But no tripods, no nothing. Just 2 handheld videos.
It's a small community. They make their living from a rubbish dump, which is quite remarkable if you think about it. That typically people would maybe speak poorly of people like that. But when you get to know these people, their hearts, their souls are in the right place, it's phenomenal. You must see what their houses and their gardens look like. Their area is clean. They've got a couple of soccer fields that are just dirt soccer fields, but there's no litter around it. It's neat, it's tidy. They have these tiny little wooden structures from which they do business from. And I just think to myself, if people see this, because this must be all over South Africa, but if people see this, then there's hope. There really is hope. It's not easy. Their lives are really difficult, but they've got ethics. They want to improve their lives. And having Victoria getting involved with this gives me a lot of hope, because she's got the right energy and she is an ethical person. So she will not do this she will do this to help a community, and that's really exciting.
We're going to do this live on the internet. Everyone will see in the world. I will just you're going to be in front of the video camera, and you're going to together. So we're here to visit everybody and to start something new in the project. I'm going to swap my camera because you don't want to see us, and say hello to all the amazing kids here.
Hello, Facebook.
Hello, Facebook.
You can help us with the stationery.
We really need funding for groceries,
solar lights, so that in our counselling room,
educational equipment. So any donations in kind is also very welcome.
If we use technology, which is great, to live stream, imagine, my dream is to coach maybe a 5 or 7 year old to become an entrepreneur and a millionaire in like a year, 2 years. If we can do that, we can prove this entrepreneur thing is not a gene. It can be taught. My father growing up would never take a handout even if he needed it. We're a pride kind of culture. And I believe that's the same here in South Africa. Nobody wants a handout. So instead of handing out, how about we help you up? Everybody can help on all levels. This is not really about me and Neil. This is not our project. We want it to be everyone and sustainable.
So you can see the power of having a phone in your project. I didn't have a production team with me, and the quality's really good still. So let me get into the how do you get good quality from the phone. So there's a 4-part formula. The first is vision. Most people film one video and expect it to have lots of goals. Am I getting feedback? No. So there's 9 different styles of video. So some videos you have to do what I call a talking head. And if you're like me, I don't really want to do my face to camera, but it's the best converting video for a sales video. You've then got animation. You then got what I call faceless videos. So have you ever seen other videos where it types like a typewriter? So those are the ones you don't even need your face in those videos. You want to also, before you even film, define which platform you're going to film your video for. So obviously Snapchat, 10 seconds, Instagram, 60 seconds. Facebook, I would say, kind of is unlimited at the moment. I actually think they may change the 60-second bracket on Instagram soon, because Instagram's changing now, Facebook has bought it. You then want to look at storytelling. For those of you that do a lot of email marketing and copywriting, it doesn't work in video. In video, I call it your strip bare. It's like me and you talking now. If I'm fake, you'll feel it, even the way I stand, what I do with my hands, and looking in someone's eyes. So I can tell in someone's eyes if they're passionate about what they're doing or if they're lying, because your pupils get smaller. So there's a lot of psychological stuff to this as well. You want to build rapport really quickly. We don't have any patience, and the generation before us, if that's your target audience, has about a 5-second patience barrier, whereas they're either going to like you or they don't like you. Tell stories. So instead of a lot of people, I've never done NLP, but they say that a lot of the psychological neuroscience stuff that I've learned is similar. So if I start doing this at you, do you have this problem? Do you have that problem? Are you crap at filming video? How does that make you feel? Horrible. Whereas if I tell you how I totally messed up this really important job, to the point I was crying my eyes out, I was doing all this, and then I did this and this to fix it, now I make you feel like I'm real. So you want to meet your target audience where they're at, and then explain to them the journey you got to become the authority.
If you're interested in sharing your story, sharing your dreams, sharing your ideas in the largest personal development platform, the Best You EXPO, sign up today. Go to www.thebestyouexpo.com or send an email to info@thebestyou.co.
Video footage. This by far is the biggest thing I see, is people were handheld and they're like this, and it feels like a car wash, and it's moving all around. Dad, do you do that? Sorry. Well exposed means not too bright or not too dark. The other thing you really want to make sure is audio. So now, if you do have the budget and you can plug a really good audio mic into your phone, then do that. If not, be wary and listen to what's around. I've seen some videos to critique, and there's a waterfall behind some guy doing his video, and it sounds like he's going to the bathroom. So just hear as well as see. This is really interesting. There's a 5-second subconscious rule. So once you get all that stuff right, someone's going to judge you in the first 5 seconds before you even speak. Now, this is about your tonality, your gestures, how you're standing. Are you smiling? The camera height can make you look intimidating or powerful or neutral. So depending on the height. When I'm photographing CEOs, I'm going to photograph them down and up. Every big major celebrity that we work with, we are always shooting up. And if in a feature film I want to make someone look really weak, I'm going to film down. I'm not picking on you. So there's a lot to the height of the camera. How does this guy make you feel like? There's people laughing already. I don't know who this guy is. I did just pull it off the internet. It's not good, is it? Would you click on his video? No. This is about framing, where to crop. He's cropped so high and he's got so much space here. He looks like he's on a lineup for a jail sentence. But then also, I was like, does he have a body? So you want to crop above the limbs. If you crop your frame here, you're going to look like an amputee, or here. So I tend to kind of keep my belly out of it and go here to here. Backgrounds. I have this thing, do a 24-hour clock before you hit record. He's a famous politician, and all the write-ups in the press weren't good about him. And it only makes me feel psychologically, it doesn't matter what this man is going to say, I'm not going to believe him. Anyone tried to get this photo before? Yeah. So I'm going to give you a tip. It's going to sound really weird, but I do this even on a film set, and I've got good equipment for this. I hold my hand out like this, and I keep moving till I see the brightest part on my hand. Then I stand there and film opposite, and that's where the best light is. Because we live in a really lovely sunny country that's normally cloudy or rainy, you can't actually see where the sun is, so that works. I can't go into too much about sound, and the poor sound guys would hate me to do a sound demo. But basically, think about microphones as a map. So the microphone I have on now is like a 360 degrees. So if I had dangly earrings on, you'd hear it. If I do this, you're going to hear it. That's all good if you can control the noise around you. But if I was, say, to stand out here on a press conference and try and do an interview with this microphone, it would be awful. I would need to use what's called a shotgun mic. So this is an omnidirectional mic. A shotgun mic is literally, think about this, maps everywhere. The shotgun mic's about that. So if I was to point at you and you guys were talking and being really loud, I'd get your voice lovely. So you're using the right microphone for wherever it is you need to go. Now, that's quite techie, but then on top of that, there's this thing called wind, and we get a lot of wind. So I'm going to play you a video that is not mine because it's very shaky, but you'll be able to hear the audio.
It enabled me to get my name or get my new brand in front of a whole new crowd at the festivals of the UK last year. So, like the Wicker Man, Leeds, Big Chill, these are all quite big festivals, and it was great. It enabled me to get my name or get my new brand in front of a whole new crowd at the festivals of the UK last year. So, like the Wicker Man, Leeds, Big Chill, these are all quite big festivals, and it was great to get the Head Gandhi name out there.
That's before and after. If you keep it on for me. All you can hear here is... Hear the birds? And if I would say to you the only difference is this piece of fluff. We call them dead cats. If you want, pass them around. So this goes on the little mic here, but this I just stick onto my iPhone. So there is stickers for it. And so they're tiny pieces of kit, but the difference of really hearing you, and to the point where the visual could be my wind-swept hair everywhere, but your audio will be perfect. No, you buy them. They're from Rycote. 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 If you look at the Rycote brand, so you'll probably see the big microphones and press conference. You can Google them. I think in my kit list, they're on my kit list, so you'll have the link with the email. No, so this is for anything in the wind. This is about wind, yeah. So it will stop that wind. It doesn't look very pretty, but... Okay, some really basic pointers. But when I first started, turn your phone on flight mode. You'll do the best take and someone calls you. Or someone sends a text message and there's this ding! I like to extend the sleep timer because if I'm horribly having to talk to myself and see myself on my smartphone, when it goes dull, I kind of tend to jolt. So I'd like to keep that. And then make space on your phone. For all those Android users, put your hands up. You can ignore this. iPhone users, we need more battery. We need our chargers because it's so crap on an Apple phone. Still, it doesn't matter what phone you do. Smartphone kit. So before I get into some of this kit, you saw what you could do with just a phone. So if you are on what I call like a no budget, rest your phone against something stable. Put it on a bookshelf behind you. If anything, you can get a 99p Gorilla Grip. Rubbish one off eBay, where you could clamp it around anything to your height and start filming. If you don't have money for audio, then bringing more blankets, carpets. So the room that I use now, just drag in a rug and some blankets and it will soak the sound up. Make sure you're near enough to your phone. The further away you get from your phone and film, the worse the audio is going to be. But also, if you're too close, and I'm going to do something now. Let me pick someone. Do you feel okay? You're not uncomfortable? No, I'm fine. Okay. A little bit, right? She's not even talking to me now. So think about in the EU, roughly, this is okay. In Asia, certain parts of Asia, this is not. This is right in my face. So you're not just going to have your video watched in England, in London. If you're pitching different markets, think about this. Think like you're standing opposite someone. Here is way too close. So you want to at least be here and leave that space. Sennheiser, I actually helped R&D this microphone with them. So this is a Shure mic, isn't it? But the Sennheiser mics, ask the audio guys, how good is Sennheiser against Rode? Yeah. So this is a broadcast quality microphone. Unfortunately, it only plugs into an Apple product right now. But all I can say to you is it will be changing. So we'll have it for everybody. And it's the best quality audio I've got from my phone. People ask me how I get such good quality of my iPhone videos, and that's because I'm using that microphone. You can use, I think the iRig microphone is cheaper. It's not so bad. It's not great. And there's a Rode video. This thing here is what I use to film everything, and it costs 99p. I don't have a fancy kind of setup. I just use an old tripod that I have and that grip there. I do have a nice shiny little gimbal that's really cool, that's in my kit list, but you don't really need it, unless you're a tech geek. Smartphone apps. So you saw the Bentley advert. There's also a Adidas advert that was filmed on an iPhone and a couple of other adverts. Everyone in the film industry is using this app. I actually know the owner of this app. I won't film anything natively on my camera unless I'm using that app. Unfortunately, when I do Instagram stories and use View, I have to use a native app. But I don't, they're more kind of like behind the scenes footage, things like that. Yeah, record from that. That has, do you know what I'm going to do at some point today and tomorrow is I can do a demo from my stand. We've got a PA system of how to use that app because it's a little bit complicated. Filmic Pro. I'm going to demo now View for you because it's so easy, anyone could use it. But what I would say is there's more, that turns my smartphone into a DSLR video, if not better. I've got options on that app that I don't have on a DSLR that I have on a £30,000 camera at home. It's that good. And if everyone in the film was using it to film stuff, like, it's a real difference. I've done before and after. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Can you see my phone? Yes. Let me just get rid of this. Oh. Okay. So what I'm going to aim to do, hopefully you can see this. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm going to open an app called View. What this app does is I can decide whether I want to shoot it square for Instagram or normal rectangle for everything else. I can also choose the duration of each shot. We're definitely grabbing you in this. Come right to the front. You'll make it more interesting. I don't want to film myself right now. Great, come here. I'm going to choose 3 shots. So if you look, I'm going to do 3 shots that are 10 seconds. It's on the gaps here. So I'm putting him on the spot, Mr. Presenter. I'm going to film you, and if you can say, hey, we're at the Best You Expo. You've only got 10 seconds, so just mention the Best You Expo. I'm going to count you down. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, we're at the Best You Expo.
That might look a little bit weird, so let's redo that and come a little bit closer. Why am I asking to come closer? Because the audio, even more closer. That's it. Just go, hey, we're at the Best You Expo.
Hi, we're at the Best You Expo. It's great.
That would do. Okay. So if you go back there, what I need you to do is all cheer. I'm going to do a little one from over here. 1, 2, 3, go. And then, I'll do it because I never do it. Oh my gosh. It's crazy here. They're mad. Right, you won't be able to hear the audio because of the way I'm projecting this. But what I want to show you next is I can edit the colours, make it brighter or darker. Oh gosh, that's awful. And I can also move these clips around. I might be able to move this one to there. I won't turn the audio off, but you can see I can mute stuff. So if you didn't want to hear my voice, which I'd like to do, then I can actually put a track on. So if I pick a track, I have no idea which track. We could put a really horrible track on. I don't know. We'll hear it in a second. And then I can actually put a video title. So I could do this. And here we go. So I'm going to click done on that. I'm going to save it. I'm going to upload it to Instagram. And then we can play it so you can actually hear it. I have no idea, though, what the track's going to sound like. It's going to sound horrible. And you can adjust the level of the audio to the track as well. But how quick and easy is that? So you've got to download this app. And it's free, this app. Okay. Sorry? No, this app's called View. So let's find my library. Here we go. Yeah, they're for different things. I use this for what I call my vlogging and kind of behind-the-scenesy stuff, the not-so-perfect stuff that they want to see of your brand. And then I use Filmic Pro to film all of my content and anything more professional. So while that's uploading, I should be able to get, I hope, my Instagram account. Move it over. And then if I refresh this, or is it still uploading? See, this is why I wanted to do some of this stuff, but it takes time. Okay, we are good to go. Here we go. Let's have a look. Come on, play. Ooh, it's very loud.
Hi, we're at the best You EXPO.
Oh, that's the cool music I picked.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get that off. I don't want to read the comments that people are going to say about that. And you're going to say I should really keep it on my Instagram, shouldn't you? Yeah. Okay, let me get back to my presentation. Okay. Oh dear, I'm going to get battered for that. That's for sure. Okay, editing apps. So the View one I just showed you, Splice is the same basically. It doesn't have as many options, so I like View better, but it only works for Apple users. I like Adobe Spark because I can start to edit on my phone and then I can upload it to the cloud and edit on a desktop. I very rarely edit on my phone, like real footage, because it's just too small for me to see and play around with. I actually use Premiere Pro, but you don't need to. ScreenFlow is great if you want to start doing sales stuff and the typewriter videos, and you can edit all the footage in there as well, and that's a really good value. I think it's like $99 or something. So that does everything. I've done green screen videos in there as well. Okay, what I call the way more important stuff. So we've just talked about all the tech, all having something looking great, but if you don't know how to storytell, like you said, the connection to your clients and people actually feeling you through the video camera. At the moment, some of the biggest brands are spending 80% of their budgets on video marketing. So we know it's a niche that everyone's doing. When I say the word Nike, so if you was to describe Nike brand to someone that doesn't know the brand, what are the words or the feelings that you would associate with that brand? Just do it. Yep, success, elite, Olympic, powerful, like the best of the best of the best, right? Okay, now check out how they're now storytelling.
Greatness. It's just something we made up. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is a gift reserved for a chosen few, for prodigies, for superstars. and the rest of us can only stand by watching. You can forget that. Greatness is not some rare DNA strand. It's not some precious thing. Greatness is no more unique to us than breathing. We're all capable of it. All of us.
If you're interested in speaking, exhibiting, or getting involved in the largest personal development expos in the world, contact us today at www.thebestyouexpo.com or send us an email to info@thebestyou.co.
Very different video, right? So now what does that video say? Anybody can be great. Everybody can be great. You don't have to be elite to be great. So you see, even really technically they could have filmed that bit better, but it was about the story. It was about the visual that connected to you that made us realize that we all prejudge. Performance. Who's really, really nervous? You're really nervous, aren't you? No? She's going to go no. Are you nervous in front of the camera? Yeah. Will you come and play just for a bit? Just please. I will give you, for being brave and coming here, a year's video marketer online training access, which is about 320 quid. So you will have that for free. So come and do that. Now everyone wants to join up. It's only because you're the first person that went kind of like, oh no. I would have been hiding. I would have seen that word and hid behind my desk. Thank you. Okay, because we haven't got much room, jump up here for me. Okay, I'm going to move out the way. And will you just tell everybody who you are and what you do? I'm going to stand here.
Okay, my name is Suzette Mondoir, and I do various things, and I work in various different areas. But what I'm most passionate about is young people, actually, and making a difference in the lives of young people because they're our future.
Okay, stop there. I am the most hardest producer-director ever, but she was actually quite good, in my opinion. I don't think you're that nervous.
I am.
Okay, give her some feedback. How does she make you feel just standing like this? Confident, that's good. Connected, reassured. Okay, did you feel what she was saying? Yeah? I'm tough. I'm like, I say there's more there. So what I would say is relax more. I'm gonna do the breathing tech, even though she's not really nervous, the breathing technique, and they teach you this at Harvard Business School on the first day. So if ever you're nervous.
I'm really good at masking how nervous I am.
Oh, so you are nervous.
I feel sick and I'm shaking and I'm sweating and I feel
Okay,
awful.
this is good. Right, okay. So before we do it, you've got to breathe in and fill your whole lungs up and hold for 3 whole seconds. But then the hard part is breathing out for 10 or more. And it's on the breathe out that you'll get centered or more grounded. So we'll try it. Or try it all together. Ready? Breathe in as much as you can. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Hold it still. Now breathe out really tiny. Keep breathing out. 1, 2, 3. Even to you, just keep breathing out. The first time you do it, you won't be able to do it. A bit more. Keep going, keep going. Do it another go. Hold it for 1 and 2 and 3 and breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, thank you, is I'm going to stand, sorry for that, actually let me stand here. Face me. So sometimes then I say, let's get this camera and audience out the way. So introduce yourself and tell me what you do. She's already smiling at me, yeah? Can you see on this side? Because it feels more human, right?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does feel more better because there's some eye contact looking out there.
So
It's
if
like,
you
where do
have
I
someone
find the
you
eye
don't mind, or put a photograph of someone you really like, just above your phone, because that helps. If you don't have that, what if I would say to
young people, I would say,
and
in
talk
this
that
area.
way. But think of something specific. Like I want you to paint it in your head. Like see it. Think of a situation that you was really passionate about, or your family, or something you love to do.
Okay, I love to work with horses.
Okay, before you start, think about the horse
Yeah.
and riding that horse in the most amazing sunshine, yeah? I know she's got the picture now. Okay, now take a deep breath and thinking about that horse and that amazing, just think about amazing sun, some cool fences you can jump over, freedom. Now tell everyone what you do.
I work with young people.
Okay,
and-
for me, I would still go harder. She went into the other side of the brain and looked down.
Okay.
Don't look down. Shake this out. So think about the horse. Tell me about, just say your name and that you love working with people, but I want to feel it, young people.
Okay. My name is Suzette, and I love working with young people. I love working with them to find what is their truth about them.
I'm going to cut. I'm going to do one more technique, and she's going to hate me for this. Because actually that was way more believable, yeah? If we'd capture that, it'd be great. Jump down here a minute. I'm going to be stupid and do it with her. When you change your physiology, it changes your psychology too. We're going to do star jumps. No one film or post this on Instagram. Ready? 5 star jumps. Go. 1. Okay. Feeling better already? And now talk to the audience. Same thing again.
Okay, my name's Suzette, and I'm very passionate about young people. I love working with them.
That is our take. I am so sorry. Thank you so much. Come and find me on the stand and we'll get you that access. So you can see. No! Okay. She did really, really well because I wouldn't have had the bottle to do that. But you could see how, for her, the star jumps really worked. So maybe the breathing might work for you, the star jumps, or the passion part. Lean forward, slow down. If you find when you're filming, you then stand back, it's because you don't believe in what you're saying. Your body language naturally will go backwards if you don't feel comfortable about what you're saying. Eye contact. What was really good that you had, that most people will just get up on stage and stare at the floor and be like this and feel uncomfortable. When I say listen, thank you. See, I need to overrun just a bit. When I say listen, what you've got to imagine do is have both sides of the conversation for your video and talk back to them. So people say in my training videos, they were like, how did you know I was saying that to the camera? Because I was trying to listen to what someone would answer me back and answer them back already. Going to do a quick body language. We might need an extra 5 minutes. Is that all right with you? So, how do I make you feel? Just shout out. Be honest. Yeah, close down. Okay? A lot of women are doing this on the front cover of Times. This is masculine. If I just do this, what difference is that? It's huge. And this is all psychology. So this is masculine, this is feminine. For women, open palms here. Men, it's fine. One of the things that, I don't really want to do this, my dad's here now, he's going to take the piss, is men tend to get up stage and do this. Like it's a powerful thing. So you want to close your legs a little bit nearer, guys, and stick your bum out a bit more. Because even if you're filming here to here, that whole, doesn't work. So, with only about 5 minutes left, I can't teach you everything in 45 minutes, but what I do have is a test drive offer. For just £1, you can access all my online training. So 60 training videos split into those 4 areas, whether it's green screen, editing, how to script write and copyright, things like that. And after 30 days, you'll get a reminder. So on the 27th day, it'll say, hey, if you want to unsubscribe now and learn all that stuff for £1. Or if you want to stay, you can stay for £19 a month. And that's videomarketer/test drive. Then I have something which is my 5-week online course. So producing your, we say, feature film is one thing, but making sure we can launch it at the box office and it isn't a flop after all that money is a whole nother other thing. So the box office is about 5 weeks from home you learn. They're live training sessions and interactive sessions where we go through 5 different modules. You can actually they're recorded. So if you can't make all the 5 sessions, they're recorded for you to go and watch afterwards. And what we do have on week 1, which I shouldn't need to talk about here, is mindset. We're a self-development here. But the mindset to say, what is it we're going to achieve? We're going to embrace our fears and get this video stuff done. Second week is storytelling. So the art of storytelling, there's visual storytelling. If I said to you, if I walked from left to right or right to left, I can make you feel comfortable or I can make you feel uncomfortable. So my other half hates watching films with me because I know when something bad's going to happen because it happens on the left-hand side of the screen. If you watch cartoons, we do it with cartoons. The baddies are on the left. The goodies are on the right. It's amazing, the psychology. On war films, if you carry someone off, they carry off towards the left of the side of the frame because they're going somewhere bad. If they're hunting and going somewhere else, they're going to the right-hand side. So there's so much psychology, I'm going to ruin video for you forever, behind that if you know which side of the frame to stand on, people are going to like you more. They're going to warm to you just because you're towards the right-hand side. This is my favourite thing, automation. I'm not someone that loves to be in front of a laptop and editing. So this is going through my electronic toolboxes. What do I use for my emails? What do I use for my landing pages? All those things like that, the technical launch of it. Oh, and then marketing. So we kind of spend all this time working out who my avatar is. Thank you. Add 4 minutes. And and then it's like, well, I haven't swore, but I'm now. How the hell do I find them? Everyone talks about avatars. No one tells you where they are. Thank you. So I show you how I did my own video marketer launch. So this in the last week, how I built my website, how I built my traffic and conversion, how many ads did I use, how did I make getting money from Facebook. And this is not BS. I log into my account so you can see the real figures. Whereas a lot of marketers will just make up some stuff and show you. I'm going to show you behind the scenes of what I did. And you can see the ones that didn't work and the ones that did. That's normally £297. And I'm going to be doing it for £97 plus 6 months free access, which is £162. I've never done that workshop at that price. So if you're game and you want to get something implemented, then please sign up and join us. There's also a closed Facebook group for this, for our live training. So do I have time for questions? Is there a minute for questions? Just shout, because we'll waste time with a microphone. Any questions? No. If I give you my preference, yes, you can. So what kind of content background do you need for content? It all depends on the type of content, but you can do a white background. To me, having a white background doesn't tell me enough about you. I quite like seeing videos where there's stuff in the background. So maybe a bookcase and I'm checking out the books in the background, what that person is, or some kind of relevance to where you are. So I would say you don't have to do a white background. And then actually it's easier to light if you want to do something at home. This is the 24-hour clock. You make sure you're more center of the frame, and then there's nothing really bright. So your eye goes to the brightest part in the picture. So you wouldn't have something really bright behind you. That makes sense. Yes, yeah. The only thing with an iPad, technically it's not as good quality as some of your iPhones. But for a second camera, I would use my iPhone and iPad. So if you want to do 2 camera angles. So if we get really techie now, but you don't even need to do that. One of the training tutorials, he's saying cut. Shall I keep going till they tell me off? Just this last part then. So if you want to look like a big production with 2 camera angles, do your talking head, especially if you're talking about a product. Then when I finish that, I've got one on lenses. I just close up film the stuff I'm talking about. And then what I do is I have my talking head and I put above it the little bits of the close details of the products. And everyone says, oh, you did that with 2 cameras. I'm like, no, I didn't. I did it with one iPhone. And I just edited it and added it in. I think I have to go now, don't I? Because you're going to keep me off. So thank you. Thank you very much.
For more information, go to www.thebestyou.co.